What's up, y'all? Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Listen, I'm at a different location today, so let me know that y'all can hear me, that you can see me, that everything is good. What's up? And let me go out and share while we're getting ready. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Maybe my comments are coming slow. I'll give it a second. Hey, Lamika, is everything good? And let me know. Hey, Shantae. Oh, okay. You said it's good to go. Thank you. I'm going to my page to share so I don't forget. Can y'all go and share? How is everybody's Tuesday? Hey, Frederica. All right. I have shared. Okay, good. What's going on? How's everybody's week been so far? As everybody knows, I'm sure we missed a plane crash by the hair of our chinny chin chin right there on the corner by the church. Hey, Wanda. Everybody share while we're getting everybody in here. And then at 7, we'll go to our icebreaker question. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Tina. Okay, good to go. Thank you, Lamika. Let's please share. Thank you for having those banners. Yes, Lisa, God is good. Thank God it was the middle of the night and people were not out there. And thank God that it missed our church. Hey, Linda. Everybody share. Everybody share. Everybody share. Tell me about your week. Tell me how's going. Tell me if you've been getting any smoke this week. Anybody been getting any smoke? I feel like we've been getting all the smoke. You hear me? Hey, Teresa. Yeah, y'all are sharing good. Share and then tag somebody. Once you share, tag somebody too, please. I am away from home. I'm traveling for work today. Hey, Yolanda. Good week so far, Linda. Yes. Hey, Blanche. Yes, with the tags, Wanda. Hey, Jaquita, we missed y'all on Sunday. Make sure y'all get y'all certificates from Joy you and Mark. Hey, Rhodesha, girl, congratulations on your master's degree. What? Make sure you get your name to Dania so that we can recognize you with all the graduates. Hey, Jessica. Yes, Teresa with the share. Hey, Ressa. Hey, Cassie. Listen, all the smoke, and it's just Tuesday. All the smoke. Teresa, you've been moving. Yep. Yes, Wanda with the tag again. Hey, Jessica. Yes, with the share. Hey, Brother Tim. Everybody share because it's almost time for the icebreaker. Got about 1 minute. Hey, Miss Gloria. Hey, Michael. Yes, Shantae with the tags. Yep, Lamika said she's going to send out the reminders about graduation recognition this week. So you'll see the flyer come out. So make sure that you get those names in. I think it's going to go to the GJ social media, me and email Lamika, if I'm not mistaken, or see Dania. But we want to recognize all of our graduates. Hey, Krisha. There's Cheese. Y'all can catch her right here. Dania, otherwise known as Cheese. Okay. So icebreaker. Everybody needs to share though. Hey, Shadell. Everybody, please share. Share, 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 share. I don't feel like you shared. Like I feel like y'all playing with me. Everybody share. Yes, Jessica. What tell Nene to come on here? Hey, Tanya. Icebreaker question. Is there something, hey Toya, that you collect or used to collect? Any item that you collect. And if you want to tell us why you collected it, what is it? What do you collect or used to collect? Yep, little Mika with the share and the tags. You might collect anything. Do people still do that? I'm trying to think, what do I collect? I just got a lot of. I might collect jewelry. Cassie said anything Mickey Mouse, and she still collects it. Okay, Cassie, you love the MICKEYMOUSE. Jaquita, you collect shoes. If that's the case, I collect shoes. Yes, brother Tim with the share. Tamika, Smurf glasses. You mean glasses you drink or glasses you wear? Tell us more. And where do you get Smurf glasses? Do the Smurfs still come on TV? Miss Gloria said she collects old coins. Yes. What's your most valuable coin, Miss Gloria? Lamika said she used to collect pens. If you use somebody's pen and don't give it back, Lamika, that don't mean you collect them. Is that how you collect them? Tanya said she used to collect teddy bears. Yes. You remember back in the day, everybody had a bunch of teddy bears. Now they try to act like they so bad for kids. Teresa said shoes as well. Yeah, Smurf. I saw Smurf, Tamika, but glasses you drink soda out of or glasses you wear like these. And you still love Smurf. Did you go to see the Smurf movie that came out a few years ago? I'm sure you did if you collect Smurf glasses. Cassie said she collects figurines. My daddy loves to collect those especially black little figurines. Brenda said she collects candles. So you don't burn them, Miss Brenda? You just collect them? You don't never burn them? Linda said jewelry for her. Hey, Lisa, sister. Yes, Sabrina with the share. What do y'all collect or used to collect? And tell me a little bit more about it. Teresa said shoes for her too. Okay, Teresa. Jessica collects $2 bills. How many you got, girl? How many $2 bills you got? Ask for a friend. Hey, Takesha, girl, I've been missing you. Ain't nobody been keeping me straight on these announcements. And I've been doing what I feel. Shadell, anything Tigger from Winnie the Pooh? Like anything Tigger related. I did not know that. And I've known you for a very long time. Teresa collects purses. So you just collect apparel, Teresa. Shoes, pocketbooks. Okay, so Smurf glasses that you drink out of. So, Tamika, I'm just so intrigued by this whole thing because, I grew up on Smurfs too. So, where do you get Smurf glasses? We just having this one-on-one conversation. Where do you get them? Do they still make them? Cassie, you going there in October? Where you going? Oh, to Disney? Yes. Have you been to Disney, California? Because it's different, but it's fabulous. Shantae said glasses and clothes. Ressa said she collects wine glasses. Tamika said, oh, you get them from flea markets. And y'all, that is amazing. If I ever see a Smurf glass, you could best believe I'm going to pick it up for you because I know you don't run into a whole lot of them. Yolanda, hey, peanut butter. You collect teapot sets. Oh, I bet they are beautiful. Oh, man. I would love to see those. Some of those could probably be valuable too, Yolanda. Did you keep all the ones that your mama collected? Yolanda said she collects shoes as well. Takesha said cozy socks and blankets. Well, where do you keep all the blankets, Takesha? I mean, you got to have a lot of linen closets. Mark said he used to collect comic books. Why'd you stop, Mark? You probably would have been rich now if you had kept collecting those comic books. Hey, David. Tina said she just collects clothes, just clothes in general. Yep. Christian said black art. Yes. Okay. Any favorite black artists? Christian, did everybody share? Tamika, now that you say that, glasses from 1980s from Hardy's. Yes, the Smurf glasses. Girl, yes. Hey, Tamika. She said she collects all the dollar bills with the letter L on them. Well, say more about that, Dania, because I'm intrigued. What you mean with the L on them? Do not all of them have an L on them? Because don't they say dollar, DOLLER? What am I missing here? Jessica said she got a bunch of $2 bills. Y'all, she wasn't trying to tell us how many $2 bills she got. Okay, Jessica. We see. We got it. Okay. Oh, so Linda, you do burn them, and then when you have the wax left over, you remake them. Okay, cool. One of my close friends has a candle making business. Luxurious Home Essentials does amazing candles. She did candles actually for us last year for Mother's Day. Teresa said she used to collect all the Michael Jackson pictures out of the magazine. That's the one I was waiting for right there, Teresa. That's the one I was waiting for. All the Michael Jackson pictures out of the magazine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, Cassie. Disney California is a whole different vibe, but it is fabulous. And the rides are still fabulous. And the stuff around Disney California, like that you can walk to, restaurants and stuff, is really, really nice. Yeah, I bet it is a mess, Takesha, with all them blankets in there. Blankets take up a whole lot of space. Hey, KP, did everybody share? We're doing good, but everybody has not shared. Latoya said, I'm sorry, I clicked on your comment, Miss Carolyn. Latoya said she collects dolls. What kind of dolls? Tell us more, Latoya. We want to get to know you. Hey, Shaniqua. Y'all be on the lookout for a flyer for youth ministry. Shaniqua, Jessica, and the rest of the youth team have a great event coming up for the youth in May. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Clothes for Linda. Tina says she used to collect all the Jet magazines. Yes, Tina. Everybody used to have a bunch of them back in the house. Hey, Elder Tanya. Hey, Miss Carolyn. Yes, Miss Carolyn with the tag. Everybody share. Come on, I'm still waiting. Everybody's not in here. I can see the YouTube numbers and the Facebook numbers. Share and tag somebody. Elder Guanetta said she collects shoes. Miss Delzora said she collects wine glasses. Hey, JB, tag somebody and share. Oh, Dania said the letter I. Dollar bills with the letter I. You're going to have to show that to me. I'm ignorant about that, Dania, and I ain't seen a dollar bill in a long time. Because do people carry money anymore? I mean, I do have some money because I'm traveling. I carry some cash just in case, but dollar bills, baby, dollar bills. Miss Gloria said silver certificates. You collect silver certificates? First of all, what is a silver certificate, Miss Gloria? You got to educate me. JB said collect shoes. Yes. Yep. Black art, got it. Tina said she got her Disney glasses from McDonald's. Tamika, let her know. Maybe y'all can put some together. Also, Toy, you collect holiday black Barbie dolls. Do they do a Barbie doll every? Y'all notice I ask a lot of questions. I'm just a curious person. Do they have black Barbie dolls every season? Like, do they put out one every year? Ebony, $2 bills. You better get with Jessica because Jessica got a bunch of them. She won't tell us how many. And currency from all countries that you visited. Yes, shoes and pens. KP collects vintage old lady handkerchiefs. Are they old or do they just look like old lady handkerchiefs? And where do you get them from, KP? I'm intrigued. Yeah, y'all doing good. Now it looks like everybody's sharing. Come on. There's a few more of us who have not. Go ahead and share and tag. I'm sorry, Tamika. The question was, do you collect anything or did you used to collect anything? Y'all got to remind me to say the question. I'm sorry, Tamika, do you collect anything or did you used to collect anything? And porcelain dolls. They're very fragile. So cheese is the letter in the circle on the dollar bill, a I. That does not clear it up for me, but I'm still gonna look. Hey, Kathy. Takesha says she used to collect Barbie dolls. up until teens, and she would hide them from her friends when she got too old to be collecting them. Girl, them things might have made you rich now. My brother Rodney said sunglasses. Yes, he loves sunglasses. Books. Miss Cynthia, what do you collect? Do you used to collect? It's something you said at the church today, Miss Cynthia, that you like to collect. I can't remember what it was. Lisa said, yes, they do. Now, Lisa, you know I done said so much between the comments. I can't remember. Oh, maybe they put out a new one at Christmas. That's what you're saying, Lisa? Okay. Teresa said she used to collect cassettes. So Teresa, you got cassettes, Michael Jackson pictures. You recently got rid of them cassettes. They might come back. Hey, Fanny. Jessica, do y'all remember when McDonald's had all of the NBA glasses? What was it, Rodney? When we were working at McDonald's, all the glasses with the NBA players on them, everybody was collecting them. Hey, Lisa's mama. So KP, you actually find vintage handkerchiefs. That's amazing. I would love to see those. Garbage Pail Kids cards. Yeah, Shanika, everybody used to, and they look so gross. It was almost like you could smell them. Won't it off the paper? Okay, let me get to my announcements, because if I go too long, y'all know Takesha on here tonight. She not play with me about doing all these announcements so long. So let me get to it. I don't have a lot tonight. Jessica said purses. Oh, Tamika said she don't collect nothing. Hey, Pastor Black. What's going on? Hey, Sunshine. Fanny said she used to collect angels, not real ones, I hope. Porcelain ones, I'm assuming, Fanny. JB said he collects socks. Hey, Brittany, y'all doing good with the shares now. Just a few more. Just a few more of us have not shared. Go ahead and share it to your page, baby. Don't be acting like I don't know when you ain't shared. I know y'all ain't shared. Old albums, yes. Miss Myra, do you collect anything, or did you used to collect anything? Let me know. Miss Cynthia said old albums. Yeah. You better keep those, Miss Cynthia, because those be valuable. Couple of things. I just want to remind us, Sunday we will have food boxes following service. Make sure you go down immediately after service, sign up, and then they'll direct you to the drive-through to pick those up. And then next Monday, we'll need volunteers for the food bank. Intercessory prayer is, yes, Kathy with the tag. Intercessory prayer is Thursday at 7:00 a.m. And then April 27th, Toya said she collect anything with Usher's picture on it. You seen him on Essence this month? That's all I'm going to say, Toya. That's all I'm going to say. Might want to check out Essence this month if you like Usher. Usher did it again. April 27th is leadership meeting at 10:00 a.m. For those of you who register your books that we're going to do the study on, they are available at the office. You can go by and pick them up, or I will get them into your hands on Sunday. But I want us to go ahead and take a look at the first part of that book, and I'll send out some instructions. Okay. And then May the 5th is going to be Teacher Appreciation Sunday. So invite all the teachers. We're going to recognize them, do some special things for them on the first Sunday. And then second Sunday is Mother's Day. And our men have a plan together for us. But I got to talk about this for you. Already seen it, Toya? Gotcha. Hey, Cameron, do you collect anything? Mother's Day, we're going to do something special. Be on the lookout for the flyer. We got a few extra books, Yolanda. So just make sure that you reach out to me separately and remind me. I think that we ordered maybe 5 or 6 books, but either way, still come to the meeting. If you want, anybody can attend the leadership meeting on the 27th that wants to join in with the study with us, and then you can get your book later if we don't have extra. So don't let that stop you. Come on to the meeting, because it's going to be a great study. Mother's Day. Here's what we're going to do, y'all, and I'm super stoked about this. Y'all are doing so good with sharing. Like almost everybody has shared. Now I need you to tag. And if you haven't shared, quit playing. Share. Mother's Day, we're going to take family photos. So you will see coming out in the next week a sign up mechanism where you can sign up for a time slot and you can bring your whole family to come worship with us on that day. But we're going to take some beautiful family portraits on that day, and then they will be available to you via email, or we can send them directly to you via social media. We are so excited that our media team is going to do this for us, and I know they're just going to be so beautiful seeing all the families together. You know how we do as Black Flamers, y'all can color coordinate if you want to, or just get your family there together. You know, a lot of families are together on Mother's Day anyway, worshiping, but we want to commemorate it. So we'll have time slots starting at 8:30, and we're going to roll them out. So you got to have your family there before time, ready to take their photos. Everybody's got to be there. So, you know, Uncle Junior, who always show up late, tell him he got to be there on time, because we got to keep the schedule. And then we will roll them right up until about 9:40 to give everybody, all of our media teams and stuff. Yes, I'm glad y'all are excited too. I'm excited because I know y'all's family is going to be so beautiful, and I believe that my mother is going to be there with me on Mother's Day, so I'll get to take a picture with her. Like, I'm super, super excited. But everybody's got to be there on time. Like, this is going to be a fine tune machine on that day. And then we will do a few more after service, like from 12 to 1 o'clock. So there are only going to be a few minutes between each family. So everybody's will have somebody there to coordinate, but everybody's got to be there and on time. We can't retake them if everybody's not there. So let's just make sure, you know, if you that person to get your family. Hey, Prince, if you that person to get your family together, get them all the way together, because we can't play any games. We got to be respectful of every family, but I think it is going to be extremely, extremely beautiful. And then we'll ask your permission to say, hey, would you like yours posted in the album with all the family pictures? And if you do, you do. And if not, then we won't. We'll just share them with you and you'll have them for your family. It's going to be amazing. All right, let's get into this second commandment. A quick review. Y'all got a quiz. So quiz from last week. The 10 commandments were given to Moses where? Come on, where? What was the location? First question. Come on, where are the teacher's pets at? Second question is, what is the other name, another word for the 10 commandments that I gave you guys last week? Come on. Hey, Martha. First question, where were the 10 commandments given to Moses? And two, what is another word for the 10 commandments? We gotta be up on our 10 commandment. Yep, the Decalogue, Jaquita. Ding, 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 ding. Yes. The Decalogue is the other name for it. Where were they given? Mount what? I'll give you a clue. Mount what? Now, remember that the 10 commandments are captured 2 places in the Bible. What are those 2 scriptures? I said them over and over last week. What are those 2 scriptures where they are captured? Now, remember the first time that Moses got the 10 commandments was about, that's it, Takesha, Mount Sinai, was about 3 months into the journey. And then 40 years later is that second scripture where they are reminded. Yep, that's it, Brother Tim. Shadell, Exodus 20, Deuteronomy 5. Star for you, a gold star. Or maybe purple, because we GJ. Purple is our color, baby. Yep, Sinai, that's it. Y'all are so smart. Y'all ain't following in on that Decalogue. Decalogue, Decalogue. Okay. And so remember that God told them to come to the mountain and he was going to give them the 10 commandments, but he gave them how many days to sanctify or consecrate themselves? How many days? Now, go ahead and keep sending these answers in. This is your pop quiz. Even if somebody's posted, come on. Hey, Caroline, it is your first time. Can y'all please welcome Caroline? Say, welcome, Caroline. We're so glad to have you, Caroline. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, tell me about what was going on at the mountain. There was, remember that, hey, Latoya, that we talked about it Sunday, of course, but we talked about it last week. What did the scene look like? What was happening on the scene when God was coming to give the 10 commandments? Tell me all about it. Tell me what you remember. It was some sounds. It was some sights. It was some, what was happening at the dang on mountain that night? Well, that day. What was happening? Now, the next question on your pop quiz, the first 4 questions talked about how we deal with who? And then the next 6 commandments talk to us about how we deal with who. So I want you to say first 4 is how we deal with blank. Second, the other 6 are how we deal with blank. Come on. Yep, Crystal, Thunder, and Smoke. Crystal, you trying to show out, not only enjoy you, but in virtual Bible study? Yes. Tina, it was rumbling. Yep, remember it said the mountain was shaking. Linda, thunder. Yeah, it was a whole lot going on. It was a scary scene. And okay, let's go into tonight. So last week's word was Exodus 20:1. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You should have no other gods before me. Now I'm getting to the second commandment, which is in Exodus. They could not touch it. Shantae, yes, they couldn't touch the mountain. And if they touched the mountain, they were to die. But even those that were to die, you couldn't touch them. They were to be stoned or shot with arrows. You couldn't touch who had touched what shouldn't be touched. I think I can preach that on a good day. You can't touch what's untouched, what shouldn't be touched. But I ain't gonna do it. This Exodus 20:4. Yep, that's the first one, Tina. Exodus 20:1 is that first commandment. Tonight we're getting into commandment number 2, which is Exodus chapter 20, verse number 4. And it says, you shall not make for yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven above, or on the earth beneath, or in the waters below. An image of anything. Verse 5 says, you shall not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sin of the parents to the 3rd and 4th generation. Remember I told y'all that Sunday? Of those who hate me, but showing love to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. So let's get into commandment number 2. So the first commandment really dealt with who we worship. Remember, he said, I am the Lord your God. You shall have no other gods before me. It deals with who we worship. As we get into this second commandment, it deals with how we worship. Remember, the first 4 commandments were, yep, Lisa, it was a whole lot of smoke. If nothing else, y'all ought to remember that it was some smoke. Wait a minute. I don't see any answers to this pop quiz question. The first 4 commandments were how we dealt with blank. The next 6 were how we dealt with blank. What say you? What's y'all's answers? Ain't nobody got this on the pop quiz. Maybe my comments are coming slow. I don't see it. Where your answers at? Come on, say something. Say something. What? What's the answer? Don't LOL, Shantae. I want the answer. Yep, Teresa, can't touch this. I could have named that sermonette, Teresa. Can't touch this. No. Now, the first commandment dealt with who we worship, and this second commandment deals with how we worship. And what I want to deal with tonight is that sometimes as humans, we need to attach ourselves to something in order to worship, in order to make that connection, in order to get that closeness to God. Jessica, I don't know what y'all laughing at. Yes, one slide, the first slide, Lisa, is God. Good. The first 4 are how we dealt with God. And the next 6 are how we deal with each other. That's really what the commandments are guiding. Remember, the commandments are God's expectations for us. Yes, that's it, Michelle Scott. Ding, 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 ding. Gold star for you. Now, when we attach ourselves to things when it comes to worship, that's it, Linda. It could be a cross. You know, we like to hold on to our cross and talk to the Lord. It could be a statue. It could be a picture of Jesus that we got in the house. Y'all remember that episode of Good Times where they had the picture of Black Jesus, and Florida and James was having it out about whether it should be the Black Jesus or the white Jesus. Sometimes we get caught up in an image. It could be yeah, there y'all go with the answers. I knew y'all knew. It was just a lot to type. Y'all didn't want to type it. That's what it was, wasn't it? I knew that's what it was. But we get caught up in an image and or a specific thing that we need to get into a place of worship, or to get into that mindset of worship. Sometimes Takesha, you can watch it over and over. Good Times never gets old. It never gets old. Yes, thank you, Cassie, for gassing up Michelle for coming through with the answer. Yes, Michelle, Cassie is gassing you up on YouTube. You can't see it, but Sometimes it's even a specific song. Like we just need to hear that song to get us to that place. Or sometimes it's even a person. We can't respond unless it's a certain voice or a certain person. But what happens is the issue, and kind of what we need to deal with in this second commandment, is that we end up worshiping that thing, making that thing a god, making that thing something that we worship rather than worshiping God. So let me read the scripture one more time. It says, you shall not make for yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven or above on earth, beneath or in the waters below. You shall not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sins of the parents to the third and fourth generation, but showing love to 1,000 generations to those who love and keep my commandments. So let's do a quick self check. Let's see if there is a possibility. I'm not saying. Let's see if there's a possibility. I'm gonna get to your question too, Lisa. If there's a possibility that we might be leaning towards worshiping something other than God. Let's check ourselves. I'm gonna start with me, and you deal with you. Now, nobody is self-checking anybody else, because we mind our own business around here. We work out our own soul salvation. We just try to get better together, right? We don't judge each other. And we don't, when we get the word, we're not applying it to anybody else's life, right? We're applying it to our life. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. Amen, says the church. I am the church. The church is I. How can we tell? How can we do a self-check if maybe we're leaning towards worshiping something other than God? One question. When I get ready to worship or talk to God or get into a conversation or a communion with God, do I need to hold or touch a certain thing? Just a question. You don't have to answer out loud. This is just a self check. When I get ready to connect with God or get to a place of worship, do I need to be in a certain posture? I mean, do I have to be standing up? Do I have to be sitting down? Do I have to be prostrate? Like, it just don't happen for me unless I am blah, 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 blah. I just can't feel it unless. Yeah, that's what my daddy say, Lisa. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm just talking about who I'm talking about. Or as I say, I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about me. Y'all don't have to answer for yourself. It's just a self check. Hey, sweet Sakia. When I get ready to worship or really feel the presence of God, do I need to be in a certain place? Have we ever said, I ain't really worship good since I was at, or I ain't really worship, like we ain't had church, or we ain't had encounter with God since. That's one of the questions. Do I need to be dressed a certain way in order to connect with God? Like, I just don't feel like I can make that connection unless I'm, dressed in a sanctuary, dressed in my good churchy attire. Do I only respond to a certain voice? It's only that voice that can take me in. It's only that voice that can usher me in. If any of those things apply to us or anything similar, or if we're teetering on the edge of that, we need to be careful about this second commandment. Listen, God is so magnificent that he can be worshiped anywhere, anytime, wearing anything, around anyone. He can be worshiped with everything there, or he can be worshiped with nothing there. God is so magnificent that he is simply worthy of worship. He's just worthy of it. No matter where we are, no matter what's going on or what's not going on, then he is just worthy of worship. And that's what that second commandment is teaching us. Listen, look at John chapter 4, verse number 24. John chapter 4, hey, Kelly, verse number 24. Me and Sharonda were just talking about you today, how much we just love you so much. John chapter 4, verse 24. It says, Jesus explained Jesus explained the rationale behind the second commandment here in John 4 and 24. It says, God is a spirit, and those that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. What does that mean, PK? That means that I don't need a thing. I don't have to be attached to anything. I don't have to be connected. I don't have to be in a certain place because God is a spirit. And as long as I worship him in spirit and in truth, listen, I could be doing something totally different and worshiping him at the same time. Yes, yes, he is all that and more. God is a spirit. That means that he can be anywhere. He is not confined by any particular thing, not a crucifix, not any beads, or not any photograph, not any sanctuary, not any holy and anointed voice. God is not confined to anything. He is so magnificent. He is a spirit. And as long as I worship him in spirit and in truth, then I can worship him anytime and anywhere. Listen, when we attach God or our relationship with God or our ability to connect to God to a thing, then it reduces who God is. Now, I just want to challenge us tonight because y'all know I like to challenge us. And all of us are saying that, hey, Regina, that no, for me, I'll worship God anywhere, or it doesn't matter, or yada, yada, yada. Can I dig in the scab a little bit? What about when we're in church, right? Since we good Southern Baptists, and the words of the song are beautiful, but the delivery is off. Can we still worship? Or does that have to be right? What if we're in church and the message is beautiful, but it's not delivered like the preaching that we want? Do we still worship? I'm just asking because I love it. I'm just challenging us. What if there is someone present that is a hindrance to our worship? Do we still worship? What is that thing? I'm just asking. I'm just challenging us. But when we attach God or our relationship to God or our ability to connect to God to anything, then it minimizes, it reduces who God is. We don't need anything to worship God because God is not a thing. He's a spirit. Come on and say, God is not a thing. God is not a thing. Yeah, Tina. Thank you, Tina. Me and Tina about to tell the truth. Sometimes it's hard to connect because that thing, we need that thing, or we need it to be a certain way for us to be able to worship. Even though the word is good, even though it is solid, it is true, it is the word of God that we've heard before. Thank you, Tina. It's just me and you. It's just me and you, but I appreciate you got my back. God is not a thing. God is not a thing. God is spirit, and we must worship him in spirit and in truth. So in this commandment number 2, God is telling the children of Israel not to make any images or gods to worship. Now we know, for those of us, thank you, Tina, for those of us that skip forward a little bit in our Bible and read the end of the story, we know that the children of Israel do go out and build these gods to worship. We don't get on that today. We dealing with us. We're not even gonna get on. We're not even gonna get on the children of Israel. We're gonna get on the children of 820 Nashville Road. That is us. But God was telling them not to make any images of other gods to worship, and God was also telling him not to make images of him to worship. Okay, here's a question. This is a bonus. Remember, we had a bonus icebreaker last week. We got a bonus icebreaker this week. When you think of God and you picture him in your mind, what do you picture? Be honest. Like when you think about God, what's he look like in your mind? You close your eyes right now and you're talking to God, or you picture God. What do you picture? What's he look like? Because he told them, don't make images of other gods, but also don't make images of him. So Kelly says when she thinks of God, she just thinks of a light. Okay. What do you think of? Shantae, big and bold and powerful. What's he look like? Teresa, sun and sky. What's he look like? What is the image that comes to mind? KP said when she pictures God, he is fine. I mean, I don't think God is not fine. When I tell you I love this church, Tina says she don't picture anything. It's just nothing, nothing. Tamika says she just pictures a man. Jaquita says it's just an image of love. Kelly says just too beautiful to imagine. Juliet says she pictures long hair, wearing sandals. Tim said when he pictures God, he pictures just Jesus as we've seen him. Jessica say a shining light and the image of a tall man. We all picture something. Wanda said she just pictures the peace sign. Okay. Darnay said a glow. Miss Blanche said a light. Yeah. And all of us, now let's be honest, we have something when we think of him. Well, maybe let me not say I can't speak for everybody. Most of us have something that we picture when we think of him. Monica says she just see him walking on that water. I think when I do picture him, I do picture him like kind of in smoke or light. As some people say, not the smoke like I was preaching about Sunday, not that kind of smoke. That's a different, but just like that. That's what I think of when I think of him. I don't think of a face. But I do. Teresa says she just thinks of a voice. Linda said, man with a white robe, light around his head and sandals. We all have an image. JB says he's seeing with his arms stretched out. Minister Ebony says wind or water. Water, Minister Ebony, makes me think about God the most, like just of his magnitude and presence. So we all have an image, right? When we think about God, and that's nothing wrong. That's just our humanity. That's just our brains at work. But when we think about God, here's where I wanted to get to. When we think about God, what we really should think about is his word. When we think about God and think about who he is and what he may appear to be of us, we should think about his word, because his word is who he is. Right? It's not a thing to be worshiped. His word is who God is. And his word, think about the fact that in his word, God never told us what he looked like. Of all the things, of all the descriptions in the word of God, Christian said she think about the one who be in the movies. Okay. Tamika said Adam was made in his image. That's why they say man. That's biblical, Tamika. And when I was studying about this, it says we were made in his image, but not specifically. And the Bible doesn't tell us. Yeah, y'all can just laugh. The word is who he is. That's a good one, Queen, to say that. The word is who he is. Can y'all say that within? The word is who he is. It never told us what he looks like, but the word tells us his character. And that's how we put together the image of God. Listen, John 1:1 says, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. That's who he is. That's what we need to focus on. Yes, Michael, the word is who he is. In the beginning was a word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. And many folks, to your point, Lisa, I saw your question earlier, talk about you shouldn't have an image of God, or KP said she pictures that he is Morgan Freeman. Okay, cool. It didn't. Yes. Many folks say, hey, in the church, you shouldn't have an image of God, or you shouldn't, or of course, we argue about what Jesus looked like, whether he was a black man or a white man, all of those things. The word is who he is. That's what's most important. If I want to put together an image of God, then I need to dig into the word, because the word tells me everything that I need to know about him. Guess what? Can I tell you the truth? I don't need to know what he looks like, but I need to know about his word. I need to know what his character is. That's how I put together his persona. That's how I put together his existence of who he is in my life, is based on the word. And folks talk about you shouldn't have a picture, or you shouldn't have a cross, or you shouldn't wear a cross. And I don't agree with that. I don't have a theology on that. What I agree with is what the word says. And the word says you should not worship those things. Right? Because anything can be an idol. I can't just speak against an image of God or a picture of God when I could be worshiping my children, when I could be worshiping my bank account. So I don't think it's so much about what it is or what it is made of, or actually what the image of. The issue with it, what God tells us, is that we are not to worship those things. Worshiping anything let me get you to ask this question before I say my point. Go ahead and ask yourself this question. Look at your virtual neighbor, your neighbor beside you, and say, "Am I a cheater?" Look at your neighbor beside you. Come on, repeat after me and type in the comments and say, "Am I a cheater?" See, because worshiping anything other than God or using any item to worship God makes us unfaithful to Him. It makes us a cheater. We are to worship God and worship Him only. He told us that last week in commandment number 1. We are not to worship any image. We are not to depend on anything to take us into the presence of God. He is a spirit. He is with us at all times. And that's how we worship Him. And when we worship in any other way, or when we worship any other thing, then that makes us unfaithful to God. And we do not, listen, if you're going to cheat on anybody, if I'm going to cheat on anybody, the last one I need to be cheating on is God. Because when I am worshiping those other things, then my heart is torn away from Him. I can't fully dedicate myself to Him when something else has become an idol in my life, no matter what that thing is. So I can't judge somebody wearing a cross. I can't judge somebody with a cross tattoo. I can't judge somebody with rosary beads, because I have got to be careful myself that I don't often end up making other things idols in my life that I worship. My job, my home, my health, my looks, my appearance, my youth, my education, all of those things can make me unfaithful to God. They can tear my heart away from Him. And He said in His word that we are not to make any images and worship any of those things. You shall not bow them down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God. Can I tell you something? When I say, if it's anybody you don't want to cheat on, is God, you don't want to cheat on God. Listen, have you ever gone with somebody and they were jealous? Listen, you already know when you go with somebody and they jealous and they think you cheating on them, it's going to be all kinds of smoke. But God told us right here in the word, listen, He told us right here in the word, He told them right there in the midst of the smoke, I am a jealous God. You shall not bow down and worship any of these things, for I, the Lord, your God, am a jealous God. And God has told me to tell the people tonight, I will not share my worship. He said, I will not share my worship. I will not share my worship. You're going to worship me, and you're going to worship me in spirit and in truth. And worshiping anything else is going to make you unfaithful, out of covenant, out of relationship with me, because you have voided the contract or the covenant between us by bringing in another party that you are now worshiping and putting in my place. And He said, I won't share my worship. So when we get into the sanctuary, when we get into our private time, this is what I want us to think about. I want it to be ringing in our minds, the voice of God, no matter what He looks like to you or what He looks like to me. In my mind, I want something to be saying in the voice of God. However I hear the voice of God, I won't share my worship. You're distracted by this, or you are dwelling on that, or you're depending on that. I won't share my worship. He said, I won't share my worship. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God. He told you right there in the caption under this dating profile between me and God, right here when we hooked up, right here at the beginning, when He gave me the rules for the relationship, when He set out the expectations, He said, look, let me just tell you right up front. I like long walks on the beach. I like picnics, but I also am jealous. I'm not sharing you. I'm not sharing my worship. You're going to have to worship just me. Now, y'all don't be mad about that, but y'all know what I mean. Don't worship anything else. I'm not sharing because I'm jealous. Wait a minute. Is it Sandra? Somebody? Sandra, divinely blessed Warren. Is it your first time here tonight? Any other first time visitors? Will you put your name in 2 hearts? I forgot to say that tonight, but we got 1 minute. Put your name in 2 hearts. We ain't worshiping you, but we love you and we're excited. Sandra, can y'all please welcome Sandra for the first time tonight? He said, make no images, don't worship anything. He was telling the Israelites directly. You shall not make for yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven above, on earth beneath the others. You shall not bow down to worship them or bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sins of their parents to the 3rd and 4th generation who hate me, but showing love to the 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. Y'all receive that word tonight? Yes. Welcome, Sandra. Do y'all receive that word tonight? I love y'all. Everybody, think on this word, marinate. Let's examine ourselves to make sure, and especially as we come into worship this next week when we come together, hear the Lord saying, I won't share my worship. Yeah, I know I will. I know I'll be convicted. Wait a minute, we got who is James? Is James first time? Who is James? James? I missed it. James, it's James first time. Hey James, welcome. Yes, we getting ready to go, y'all, but we got to welcome James and Sandra. We can't go until we welcome James and Sandra. Good night, y'all. I love you. I'm finna go. I'm just letting y'all still say hey to James. Gotta say hey to James. Bye, y'all.